talk about some of our students here at the school. That's one of the favorite things I get to do is to talk about our students. In particular, I want to talk in a minute just about the Skills USA organization. Some of you have heard of it. It used to be called VICA way back in the day, and they've changed names and kind of rebranded a little bit. But Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry that work together to ensure that America has a skilled workforce. Skills USA helps each student excel in their own particular trade or their own particular specialty. It's a national nonprofit organization. It works with teachers, and high school and college students who are preparing for those careers, those technical careers, those skilled trade careers, including health occupations. Those careers that it takes a little more to excel in, take some specialized training to excel in. So that's something that Skills USA focuses on. One thing that I admire about the whole Skills USA organization is that it teaches the participants, the members of Skills USA, about the honor and the integrity of work. If you read Ephesians chapter 6, it talks about honor of work and the integrity of work. But one thing that Skills USA does is it focuses on that, and it focuses on it really well. Read a story recently in a newsletter that kind of talked about the honor and integrity of work. And it says this: if you want to attract a better caliber of candidate at your job, you need to honor the work at your job. Every job has honor and integrity. Show some respect for the job you're trying to fill, and more of the right people will come forward to apply for it. In recruiting those top performers, honoring the work matters as much as anything else that you do. And there's honor in all work. Some of you saw the movies, the Navy SEAL movies and things like that. My son and I watched the recent movie where the SEALs killed Osama bin Laden. We watched that. And my 12-year-old son now wants to be a Navy SEAL. There's honor in that work, obviously. And they're having a really easy time with recruiting right now just because of things like that. Skills USA reveals results-oriented people, and all results-oriented people want challenges at work. They want to be tested. They want to have their capabilities tested. They want to learn new things. They want to continue their education. That's the difference between a career and a job. A career requires all that, and that's what we do is prepare our students for careers, and Skills USA helps us do that. Top performers want to have high expectations. They want to be challenged. They know that the work is going to be tough, and they want their employers to understand that, and that's one of their expectations. There's a story about an Antarctic explorer named Ernest Shackleton who lived from the 1870s to the early 1920s. And he was doing an expedition to the South Pole. And so he ran an ad in a few papers around New York and stuff. And this is what the ad said. It said, men wanted for a hazardous journey: small wages, bitter cold, long months of complete darkness, constant danger, safe return doubtful, but honor and recognition in case of success. He was swamped with applicants for that job because people want to be challenged in their jobs. You know, we're all grateful for the Navy SEALs and heroes who run into buildings, and firefighters and law enforcement officers who run into buildings, and everybody else is running out. They're running towards the trouble. They take risks. They face danger. Everything like that. But long after the headlines fade, and all that media attention moves away from them, there's honor in work that follows that. Those folks who go to work every day and keep America's economic engine running smoothly, I'm grateful for those people too. And those folks are the folks in this room right now. The ones who don't always get the honor and the glory, but they're the ones behind the scenes keeping those plants humming, taking care of the sick, doing whatever it takes to support America's economy. There's honor in that type of work, and that's something that Skills USA talks about. So I'm grateful for you guys in this room and what you represent. And so we're taking a little time today to honor you and your work here at the school and through the Skills USA contest that you participated in. Don't have much. We have snacks, we have drinks, but we do have a plaque. In just a minute, I want to call you up here individually and recognize you for your work here at the school as a student, and let you know we do appreciate you and the work that you've done. Our first contestant I want to talk about, Roy, you don't have to come up just yet, but it is Roy Martin. And Roy is one of Steve Adams' students. He participated in the CNC milling contest. Let me tell you a little bit about the milling contest. The contest assesses the ability to write CNC programs, computer numerical control programs, for part drawing and materials, determine tool offsets, setting up the machine, and producing parts on the milling machine. Really high-level, technically skilled type work. Has a written test evaluating their knowledge of CNC machining, such as basic machining skills, CNC programming, setting up the machine, performing the mathematical calculations related to CNC, and communications and inspections. A very niche career field, and what these high-level machinists and tool and die makers, it's amazing the money that they're making these days. I know Roy understands this. He's shaking his head. Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that. One thing that we did, the statewide contest was in Chattanooga. We all went out to dinner one night in Chattanooga, and I think I sat by you, Roy. One of the more interesting conversations that I've had in a long time with Steve. And I appreciate it, Roy. But our first student is Roy Martin. Second Skills USA participant I'll talk about is Zach Weaver. Zach was in a computer maintenance technology program, which is a program that's kind of close to my heart because I did this for a living before I got into the schools, and at some point I was a teacher and taught it. But the computer maintenance program requires contestants to identify and repair computer hardware malfunctions, solve configuration issues, install common components. Also, the contestants take the A+ certification exam, and their score on this exam is used as the basis for the written portion of the contest. And contestants who pass the exam receive their A+ certifications in the mail. This is one of those exams that it's not like a degree that you earn when you take one class here, and it's kind of a cumulative effect. You have to show that you know it right then in order to get that certification. That's a very difficult certification to get. And one of the quieter students that I've ever got to work with, Zach Weaver. Mr. Rodenbaugh's students, he has a couple here today. Jacob McCord. Jacob was in the technical drafting program. This contest evaluates a contestant's preparation for employment, recognizes outstanding students for excellence and professionalism in the field of technical drafting. The contest focuses on the solution of industry-developed problems by applying appropriate technical drafting skills and the tools that they use in computer-aided drafting, or CAD. I got to go through the contest area, and it was amazing just to see the diagrams and the designs. And these folks were taking, some were drawing things from scratch, some were modifying existing drawings, but it was amazing to watch these guys work. Another career field among many that we have at the TCATs that I don't have a clue about. There's no way I would be lost if I sat down and had to do it. But Jacob McCord, come up with it. Well done, my friend. Thanks. Robert Johnson up here for a couple different things. Let me talk about the first one. Robert was our participant in related technical math. And what that is, it's a written test, and contestants demonstrate skills required to solve mathematical problems commonly found in the skilled trades and in the professional and technical occupations. Some of these skills demonstrated include your basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, gets into fractions, decimals, applied word problems, percentages, ratio, proportions, averages, areas, volumes, metric measures, and traditional measures, and trigonometry. So if you're ever looking for a math tutor for your kid or something like that, you need to give Robert Johnson a call. So Robert, come on up. Appreciate you. The other Dan Rodenbaugh student that we have here today is a guy I went to high school with. Eddie Granger was a contestant in the architectural drafting program. And in this contest, students used their drafting skills to solve architectural problems. The problems included a written test, a hand sketch, and then drawings that are computer generated. The contest tested the contestants' problem-solving abilities, and not just their CAD skills, but they're using logic and troubleshooting and those critical thinking skills. Because sometimes when we get out in the industry, everything's just not cut and dry, black and white. Sometimes you got to work your way through things and figure them out. And that's one thing that this contest did. So Eddie Granger, would you come up, please? And I neglected to mention, Eddie was one of our gold medal winners for the state. So. There are two contests that I absolutely love to go see at the Skills USA, both at the state and the national level. One of them is masonry and brick. And they have a pile of bricks, and they get a design, and they have to make it. And sometimes it doesn't look exactly like the design, sometimes it does. The other contest I love to go watch is the carpentry contest. Each student gets a pile of lumber, various dimensions of lumber. They get the same blueprint, and they have a time limit to build whatever's on that print. So as soon as they say go, you watch these folks work. And hopefully, and a lot of times it looks like, sometimes it don't look right. A couple of years ago we were watching a contest. And it's not like at home where if you mess something up you can run to the lumber store and go get some more lumber and come back. You're limited to what's in that pile. A couple of years ago we were watching a contest. A young man was doing what he was supposed to be doing. 5 minutes into the contest he made 2 bad cuts on the wrong piece of lumber, and it was over. He just sat there and he couldn't proceed any further. That's how difficult this contest is. But the carpentry contest, the contestants will frame walls using wood or metal, steel studs, cut and install rafters, gable end overhangs, fascia boards, soffit installations. They'll install sheathing or other exterior siding in the trim. They have to demonstrate knowledge of stair construction. They'll be judged on accuracy, ability to read and interpret blueprints, workmanship, safety, and the proper use of tools, equipment, and materials. And this is another gold medal winner, just like Eddie. And he also got to participate in the national contest in Kansas City. It's Zach Harris. Well done. Very well done. Right. Okay. Thanks. about Robert again. Robert was not only a bronze medal winner at the state in the technical math contest, but Robert was our representative in the Outstanding Student of the Year contest. Every year, all 27 TCATs will have an Outstanding Student of the Year contest. This program selects students as ambassadors for technical education for their schools, and it provides the student the opportunity to tell their story of how technical education changed their life and the impact that technical education has on the economy through the state of Tennessee. These students in this contest exemplify good conduct and professionalism on campus and in the community. They are required to excel in the worker characteristics grades as well as their theory and their skills grades. We have, if you think about it, we have 15,000 full-time students in the TCATs across the state, all 27 TCATs. Each of those schools had an internal contest to determine who their Student of the Year nominee was. So Robert won our school-wide contest. And then he had to proceed to a regional competition. He had to compete against the 8 other winners in West Tennessee from the 8 other TCATs. And Robert won the West Tennessee region. And I think you won an iPad, did you not, for winning that? You got it with you. Okay, she's taking pictures of it. Okay, good. And so he won an iPad for that. Come on in. And then he proceeded to the state contest where he does his speech and he's evaluated by some pretty heavy hitters at the state, and going up against all the other regional first and second place winners in the state contest. So one way to look at it was, although he didn't win the statewide Student of the Year, who, by the way, got a brand new car. That's what the grand prize is. He got an iPad instead of a car. But the other way of looking at it, as I do as well, you were top 5 out of 15,000 full-time students. And that is absolutely great. And we're very proud of you, Robert. Come on up. Congratulations. We'll see this. Everyone return to life with that iPad, which she's probably using, you don't get to touch. Chris, I'm glad you're here. I held your stuff to the ends. I knew you'd make it.
I had to work last night.
That's a perfect excuse that you go to work. Absolutely, because that's what we do. You should go to work. Chris Barnett was our contestant in the electrical construction wiring contest, and Jack speaks very highly of Chris. In this contest, the students are required to complete a written test of questions formulated from the latest edition of the National Electrical Code, the NEC Code Book. They do a practical conduit bending exercise. They do a hands-on installation of a conduit system. They do a cable system. They wire devices. They work from drawings and spec sheets. They're required to install an electrical system common in most residential and light commercial projects. The judging is based on the general workmanship, the accuracy of the layout and installation, and an adherence to the current NEC codes and standard industry safe practices. And Chris was another one of those students I really enjoyed having dinner with that night in Chattanooga. So, Chris Barnett, come on up. Congratulations. How'd you hear me? Thanks. Well, we're running up on the end of our academic year here at the TCATs. Our academic year ends at the end of August, and in September we start a new academic year. And in September we'll start this all over again, looking for more contestants for all these different programs, and we'll start the whole Outstanding Student of the Year process over again. I would be remiss if I didn't take just a couple of minutes to recognize our staff and faculty that are here today. Faculty members are here in support of their students, and I appreciate you guys and everything that you do in support of your students. Our staff folks who are here, who help coordinate the Outstanding Student of the Year contest, who are our Skills USA chapter advisors, Penny Valentino, McMurray, who else? Sherry Winberry, who helps pull together the hospitality sections of the things. Jennifer Lowry is going to be helping with the Outstanding Student of the Year program this upcoming year. Who else? Am I forgetting somebody? Okay. Bob Nicollet. Okay. And if I forgot someone, I apologize for that. But all I have to do is walk in and talk at things like this or show up at the contest. And I'm able to do that with a great degree of comfort because I know I've got a great group of folks working here who handle all those details. Workforce development is what we do. We equip our graduates with the skills that they need to be successful out on the job, but it's not just those hard skills. It's those leadership skills. It's those soft skills. It's the understanding of the importance of showing up to work on time, ready to go, and giving it all you got, and making sure that they understand that there's honor and integrity in work. And I appreciate everybody here, our staff and faculty. And once again, to our students, both current students and those who are about to graduate, congratulations on your awards. And I hope to see a lot of you at graduation next week. We do have some refreshments still left over. Make sure you get you something before you leave. Thank y'all.